2 a.m., Chicago. Sarah's phone screen glowed faintly like a hypnotic eye in the dark. A phone case priced at $0.89 flickered on the page. The original $5.99 price tag was ruthlessly slashed by a vivid red limited-time discount banner. Next to it, a small line of text blinked like a death sentence. Only 12 PCs left in stock. Her finger seemed pulled by invisible strings, uncontrollably tapping the purchase button. This was already the fourth identical phone case she'd bought. At the same moment, halfway across the globe, in a nondescript office building in Changning District, Shanghai, programmer Mr. Wang's screen also lit up. He was monitoring live global user data streams, a faint smile curling at his lips. On his screen, a curve representing the impulse conversion rate spiked eerily at midnight. He tapped enter softly, and another batch of stock running low signals was precisely launched toward the vulnerable souls across North America. This is no isolated case. It's a global collective hypnosis fueled by a powerful e-commerce algorithm. In Sydney, housewife Linda has been waiting obsessively for 2 weeks to buy a juicer discounted to $1.99. In London, recent graduate Mark pooled $5 to buy a full kitchen set and excitedly unboxed it live on TikTok. We have all become puppets controlled by the same sophisticated Temu app algorithm. The puppet master, Temu, that wild orange icon, is spreading its tentacles across every corner of the earth at nuclear speed. Launched only 3 months ago, Temu hit the top of the US App Store charts like an alien meteor, pushing even the once unstoppable TikTok aside. A year later, its user base swelled to a staggering 150 million, roughly the combined population of the UK and France. Even more terrifying is user behavior. On average, opening the app more than 5 times a day, spending 8 minutes each session. This has long transcended shopping itself, evolving into a new form of digital addiction, a carnival of cheap thrills triggered by swiping, coins dropping, and progress bars filling up right at your fingertips. How did a small Chinese town shake up global e-commerce with group buying? The origin of this global low-price trap? Surprisingly, it's China's 3rd and 4th tier towns. Rewind to 2015 Hangzhou. While Jack Ma and Richard Liu were discussing new retail under the spotlight, a 36-year-old man named Huang Zheng crouched in front of a stall at the Yiwu Small Commodities Market, smoking and chatting with shopkeepers about the needles and threads the big players ignored. This computer genius, a Wisconsin graduate, was focused on the hidden corners forgotten by e-commerce. Hundreds of millions of ordinary people who'd never shopped online. Young people in small towns, farmers in the fields, housewives at vegetable markets. Traditional e-commerce is like a high-end mall. We want to build a street market, Huang told his startup team. He designed a group buying model as simple as a game. In a Yunnan mountain village, 3 strangers pooled their orders on a phone, and the price of a bucket of laundry detergent instantly dropped from 15 yuan to 9.9 yuan. Even more incredible was the virtual fruit tree. Mr. Li from Henan bought online for the first time in his life to water a fruit tree on his phone. Water it for 3 days and you really get 5 pounds of pears? He was skeptical. 3 days later, a delivery of sweet pears arrived. Mr. Li smiled broadly, but his finger involuntarily tapped the watering screen again. The joy of getting a bargain took root like a seed in countless Mr. Less. But the real disruptive power came from extreme compression of the global supply chain. Following the camera to Jiang, Guangdong, we see a roaring plastic factory. Owner Chen Zhiqiang points to 2 very different production lines. This one is for Taobao, cups priced at 12 yuan each, with fine packaging and possible returns. This one is for Pinduoduo, Temu's Chinese version, priced down to 8 yuan, but ordered in batches of 300,000 pieces at once. The factory runs all year without rest. By 2018, Pinduoduo had become a massive net, catching 100,000 factories like Chen's across the country. Tissue paper, slippers, data cables, these unremarkable daily necessities were slashed in price by half. "This isn't business anymore, it's scale-crushing costs," Chen said with a tone that was both weary and fanatical. What happens when the ultimate cost performance of Made in China meets the wallets of global consumers? In September 2022, Temu officially landed in the US market. Silicon Valley elites scoffed. Just a Chinese version of a dollar store? Even Amazon executives casually dismissed it in internal emails. No need for a special discussion. But everything changed when the Black Friday bell rang. While Macy's hung its glamorous 30% off banners, Temu's homepage boldly scrolled through its glaring $4.99 deals section. Stainless steel spoons, phone holders, LED string lights. Jack, a broke Boston University student, couldn't believe his eyes. He immediately shouted in his dorm group chat, "Guys, let's group buy. Full kitchen set for just $5 each. Keep in mind, the cheapest pot at Walmart costs $20. In Dongguan, inside a Bluetooth headset factory manager Zhang Wei's office, two price quotes sat side by side like parallel universes. One for Walmart, with a supply price of $7. One for Temu, $3. "Are you crazy?" the buyer exclaimed. "No," Zheng pointed to the Temu order. "They demand 1 million units per month." Only with such volume can costs be squeezed to the bone. The cold blade of price cutting sent a chilling shock through traditional giants for the first time. What really traps users deep inside Temu's ecosystem is its meticulously designed behavioral maze. We infiltrated Temu's secretive growth hacking team. A product director anonymously called Wang Li shared insights. The spin the wheel lottery, the chance of winning big is only 0.7%, like winning the lottery. Wang Li's screen showed back-end data. But the key is the prompt. Buy 3 more orders and you'll win for sure. That single phrase pushed the average order value up by 40%. She switched the screen to reveal another deadly weapon. Progress bar pressure. When Jennifer, a housewife in Florida, hesitated over a 3.5 curling iron, suddenly a bright red pop-up appeared. Only 3 left in stock, releasing in 11 seconds. Stanford lab data revealed this pressure squeezed decision time down to a suffocating 11 seconds. "It felt like someone was pushing me from behind," Jennifer recalled later. "I didn't even need a toilet brush, but when I saw that weird $1.49 glowing thing on the recommended page, it seemed to wink at me. I just clicked buy." Under the precise control of the algorithm, the primal thrill of getting a bargain can overwhelm any rational barrier. Why do traditional retail giants look so fragile facing this dimensionality reduction strike from the East? The collapse starts at the weakest link. In a small Texas town, Tom, owner of Hawkins Dollar Store, angrily pointed at empty shelves. "We used to sell 200 scissors a day, now barely 30. At the bottom shelf, a dusty tag told a cruel truth. The same measuring cup priced at $4.99 in Tom's store, but Temu's price is $1.89. "This isn't competition, it's slaughter." Tom slammed the counter hard. Valentine's Day 2023 became the iconic wedding dress war. When fast fashion giant Shane confidently launched a $79 lace wedding dress to capture the romance economy, Temu suddenly displayed an almost identical style for just $19.90. A small curtain fabric factory in Shenzhen urgently revamped its production line. "Using leftover materials from garment factories, we squeezed costs down to $8, the owner's hoarse but excited voice said. The result? Temu sold over 100,000 wedding dresses that day. Shein's sales in the category immediately plunged 35%. The smoke of the dimensionality reduction strike filled the air. In Seattle, Amazon's headquarters felt the pressure. The meeting room was tense. They rushed to launch a $10 deals zone to fight back, but a warehouse manager sighed privately. "Temu's packages can drift at sea for 10 days, while our Prime members expect next-day delivery. Just shipping eats up 30% of profit. How can we compete on price?" The seemingly invincible logistics moat instantly became a heavy chain dragging them down under extreme low prices and customers' tolerance for waiting. However, who ultimately pays the bill for this cheap price carnival? While we indulge in the instant gratification of $0.99 deals, has anyone counted the hidden costs behind this global frenzy? Zoom out. Atacama Desert, Chile. Fierce winds stir dust and colorful fragments. Here lie 340,000 tons of discarded clothes, many fast-consumed, disposable items bought on platforms like Temu, discarded within 3 months. They take 200 years to decompose. This isn't a desert, it's a fast fashion graveyard. Environmental groups' drones capture this shocking scene. Zoom in, Yiwu, Zhejiang, a dimly lit accessory workshop. Worker Li Feng's fingers fly through piles of hairpins, working 13 hours a day. I earn 3 cents sorting each one. She looks up, dark circles under her eyes. I barely make 2,000 yuan a month, only by working overtime. Her desk lamp casts light on cheap necklaces soon to be shipped across oceans, priced at $0.99. EU lab tests show one necklace's lead content exceeds limits by 20 times. The policy balance is finally tipping. New U.S. customs rules hit hard. High tariffs on parcels under 30. The EU announced scrapping small parcel tax exemptions by 2026. That means, cross-border logistics expert Chen Ming said while pointing at a calculator, that a $1 vegetable peeler might cost $2.30 in the future. The illusion of cheap will be pierced by reality. Huang Zheng once casually said, "All innovations have transitional costs, like the bumpiness when cars replaced horse carriages." Insiders reveal he quietly launched a new world plan, building warehouses in Mexico, training workers in Vietnam. The game of shifting cost pressures never ends. The deliberately ignored bill is just looking for the next cheaper payer. Did we really win this cheap game? When the push notification price drop, add to favorites for $79 lights up your screen again, ask yourself, where did the time go? Is it worth it to wait 10 more days to save $20? What's the motive? Do you really need that glowing toilet brush? Or are you just manipulated by an algorithm? Where's the happiness? Is it the thrill of unboxing, or the eventual disappointment using the cheap item? Are we consuming products or dopamine injections crafted by algorithms? Economist Carl Polanyi's warning echoes like a ghost. When consumption detaches from use value, it becomes a game where capital controls the spirit. Temu's revolution is not about how cheap it sells, but how it profoundly and systematically reshapes the thinking and desires of hundreds of millions. It reprices our time. Waiting becomes cheap. It distorts consumption motives. Don't need it but too cheap becomes the strongest buying reason. It hijacks the source of happiness. The instant gratification of unboxing replaces the product's actual value. This sweeping global social experiment is far from over. In Brazilian favelas, housewives group buy solar bulbs via Temu, lighting up real lives. In Paris student dorms, cheap loot becomes new social currency. The algorithm, an ever-evolving engine, relentlessly hunts and amplifies every tiny human weakness. But the ultimate question remains unchanged. When cheap temptation is everywhere, do we embrace the inclusivity it brings or beware its silent taming? It's time to redefine what value we truly want to pay for. If you must pay the price for ultra-low cost, which sacrifice can you accept? A. Short product lifespan, breaks after 3 months. B. Wait 10 days for ocean shipping, date with curling iron soon. C. Potential safety risks, lead-in necklaces. D. None, cheap sacrificing these. Your choice shapes the future market. Want to explore more viral business stories, bold brand strategies, and powerful marketing tricks? Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.